got a great question actually in the chat relevant to what you're talking about here. So if a client wants motorized window treatment and is not doing construction, so it's an existing building, is battery operable the only way to go? So Jeff, I'll go ahead and add some input to that, and then if you want to add on to that. So if that's the case in a remodel or retrofit, if you absolutely cannot get power to the shade location, then you are going to have battery as your best solution. Now, typically, though, there is usually power somewhere near the window that you may want to put the window treatment on. So if you and your client are willing to open the walls and kind of do a little bit of patch and paint and get that power up to the shade location, then you can use the high voltage power in the wall that may already be there nearby, and it would communicate to the system wirelessly using that RF-based system that we talked about. So Jeff, I'm sure you guys do actual installations out in the real world, so you may have some other input on that too.
Yeah, the majority of the systems that we do are retrofit, even in brand new houses. When we buy or when we go into a spec home and people are adding, I just did this yesterday, we are definitely adding low voltage wiring, so it is not out of the question. In fact, I still say it's the preferred method. If you can get away, if the weight of the fabric and the span of the window allows for battery operated, sure, that is a simple option, and you'll be using the RF control. But we retrofit ceiling speakers all of the time, and in-wall speakers, which is really the same thing. So if I'm on the second story, we have attic access everywhere, and you can get to a window and then centralize everything into a closet, run one power outlet, centralized motor supply, or power supply rather, you're good to go. On the first floor, it could get a little bit more complicated. What we would do in those cases is we would probably drop ceiling hi-hats and do what we call threading, thread from hole to hole to hole. That's how we do speakers in the ceiling and in the walls. When you hit the edge, where you have to make a corner and start going down the wall, that's where it gets tricky. There will probably be a hole in the corner, but if you have crown molding, you take the crown molding off, you make that 90, put the crown back up, and we've done a number of these where you can't even tell that we were in there. So there is definitely a way around. Don't be afraid of a little drywall repair, because, hey, if you don't have to change batteries, all better, right? And it's a nice, clean install, very tight, and you don't have to deal with the size of the battery compartment as well. Some of these shades are sleeker when they're low voltage controlled. So very good question.